Good morning, guys. 7:59 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's Tuesday morning, September 1st. Here we have Streetlight Observatory in Bryan, Texas. We're getting the flash, false dawn at 6:31 here. Excuse me, it's illuminating the moon and the debris field around the moon. And this object seems to be close by. Pulled up Stellarium. This is where I'm located, roughly, real close. So that's where it comes up when I pull it up. Just wanted to show you the moon. Nothing around it, guys. No planets. Fixing to set over here in the west. I was watching it this morning. Looked like it was swaying back and forth a little bit. I believe that's the Earth's been swaying. This has been going on since I noticed it first for sure back in May 2013, and I saw the moon swaying back and forth. I had seen some of the stars moving around before too, really for even several years before that, since like 2011. I've seen for sure 2012 saw the stars moving around. And what it is, it's the Earth's moving. The Earth's being rocked to and fro. If you go to Isaiah chapter 24, that's covered in verse 20. It says the Earth will rock back and forth to and fro under the weight of her sins to not ever recover. And that whole chapter, Isaiah 24, is about the end of days. So what this is, and I noticed it yesterday too, up near the moon, it's hard to say, but I think this other stuff's a debris field. Like I said, these cameras are super sensitive. You got Sony, Super, HAD, all caps, CC, Roman numeral 2. Super sensitive color video cameras to capture everything in the 400 to 700 nanometer range. Now, I didn't make any vids last night because I think pretty well firmly established that this thing's definitely the Nibiru sun. I think now what we got to focus more on is the distance it is from Earth. And by looking at these summary of the day single column images, how far it appears from the moon, how far it appears from the sun, and I think I've noticed that the distances are starting to change, then that would be a sure indicator, along with these debris fields that we're picking up. But as far as the winged image ghosting across the screen, obviously it's a projection. Smith the Mist left a comment I removed because I think it was just a troll comment that he saw it 4 weeks ago in Qatar, and I've mentioned it many times that obviously it's a projected image or some type of lens flare, but nonetheless it's showing up. So I would say check out Isaiah chapter 24. Pretty well describes what's going on and what will be going on relative to this Nibiru sun's passing. Here I pulled up Trenton, Maine. It's the first time I saw the orange ball coming through. Of course I'm going to show it if I see it again, or the winged disc. But like I said, I just didn't feel like it was necessary to keep beating a dead horse there. I think anyone who has eyes to see and ears to hear realize that this is in fact the Nibiru sun. It's a projection or some type of lens flare, but nonetheless, you can see how it's rotating through. Sun doesn't rotate that quickly. There's the spot or the dot on it. Or if nothing else, you can see that its appearance is changing, and the sun's huge. It doesn't rotate that quickly. So even if this were a holographic image or projection lens flare of the sun, it wouldn't be showing this distinct differences in just 10-minute intervals. This is what I wanted to get to. Now looky here. It's coming up pretty nice. It's the first one I've seen today that's able to pick it up. Summary of the day, single column image, last 24 hours. What happens is they snap a camera shot of it and then they piece them together. Looks like maybe every minute, perhaps more. But here we go. Here's the sun. Here's the Nibiru sun. Here's the moon. Here's the Nibiru sun. Now when I first started doing these vids back on August 20th, we weren't picking up the Nibiru sun at all in these summary of the day single column images with the moon. But we started picking it up like maybe 3-4 days ago. So that tells me it's getting pretty close. And if you go by these pictures, it looks like the camera's in pretty much the same declination or angle. I would say it's almost halfway between the sun and the moon, or sun and the earth. Like I said, you got to flip this 90 degrees. If you go back and look at my cell phone videos, in particular, look at the 722 one, because I used the sketch enhancement from YouTube, and that really points out all the spokes and so forth, the sunbeams that are being reflected off objects in front of the sun. So that's what I maintain. And I just went out the other day and looked again through my cell phone. That's why I haven't made another cell phone video, because it's still in front of the sun. So nothing's changed. Just go back and look at that 722 vid. So what happened was it came up from south of the ecliptic. It came around the sun. Now it's coming back through the inner solar system. Earth's coming around the sun this way. So it's pretty much staying in between the sun and the earth. And so what you want to do is you want to flip this 90 degrees, and that would put this object out here somewhere, and flip the moon back 90 degrees this way, and you can see how they possibly might intertwine. I took some measurements the other day. Of course, that was I think it was on a different single column, but you can see right here these are almost pretty much equidistant. I'd say it's still a little closer to the sun than it is to the moon, so it probably hasn't reached halfway point yet. So rather than focus on the winged disk images and the orange ball, which I'm still going to bring up anytime I make a vid and come across it, I think we need to focus more on these distances and the debris fields we pick up, because this is changing, like I mentioned earlier. And even from day one on these vids almost, I recognized that things were changing rapidly from day to day. We're in a fluid and dynamic situation, so, and this really illustrates it to me. The fact that these distances are changing daily, and the discrepancy was more yesterday. Now it's almost the same. So by tomorrow, maybe I'm expecting, or certainly by the next day, I'm expecting these two to be probably right equal with each other. Enhancement program. And this is the July 22nd bit I was telling you about. I used that sketch enhancement program. Just play for a little bit of it here. Record the video on the 3G cell phone with a FPS, FPM format, or on screen. Shoot directly at the sun with the two layers of computer floppy disk taped over with camera lens. So, July 22nd. that's what I'm talking about. See all the spokes and whatnot. So, and when I shifted the camera, you can see clearly three large objects in front of the sun. And there's probably some more over there too, debris field and whatnot, causing all this light to be diffused and broken up and scattered this way and that. And these spokes are evidence of that. And this is a vid I shot March 12th last year, 2015, or this year, 2015. I had an astronomy grade solar film over it, and I was shooting it in a negative format. So that was a little snippet from my 722 vid that I highlighted on one of the earlier vids on this channel, or on these Skycam pics. It was on the 824 one I made with the all Skycams. Put a couple snippets of some of my earlier vids that I made with the cell phone. I just thought I'd replay that for you for a second to illustrate the fact that it's pretty much looks the same through the cell phone. Anyway, here's Carrizozo, New Mexico. Still dark. We got the false dawn flashing. 5:48. Lighting up the moon. There's the orange ball ghosting through. You can see it's picking up some debris field, and it looks like a cloud up there, maybe not. Single column, we don't have good images here together, so it's hard to compare. Okay, here we are in Scandriglia, Italy. Catching some good images lately of this thing coming through, the projected image of the wing disc. You can see all the little debris or anomalies, things moving around in there. Here's the sun. Looks pretty clear out there. This is the debris field that's picking up. This camera's picking up. I'm guessing this probably isn't one of the super HADs, but it's an HAD CC Roman numeral 2 Sony camera nonetheless. And it's quite sensitive. Picks up a lot of stuff you can't see with the naked eye. Here we are, Tierra del Sol, one of the best sites for getting horizon images and so forth. They're chemtrailing the crap out of it though. But look at here, we got the moon illuminating the Nibiru sun, which I showed you is almost halfway between the sun and the moon now. So the full moon's picking it up. Either that or somehow the sun is, and it's bouncing, I don't know. But anyway, there it is, and it's showing up with a lot of color in it, even through these chem clouds. And here you have it here, ghosting down through. Same location. Well, I think in the daytime it comes up this way. Yeah, when we're out in the west, it comes up this way. And so at nighttime it's ghosting down just like it does on the eastern sky cams in the daytime. But check this out. Here we got the summer of the day single column image. Pretty close, folks. Just like on the one I showed you from Trenton, Maine in this video. Here's the sun, here's Nibiru sun, here's the moon, here's Nibiru sun. Still a little bit closer to the sun than it is the moon, but that would suggest to me that it's almost reached the halfway point between the earth and the sun, and it's still, say, well, like I said, rotate 90, rotate 90. They meet in the middle. I'm going to make another video here in a minute. God bless you. Love you in the Lord.